In the headlines, soldiers working with Boko Haram fighters commit suicide in Yobe. FCT minister attributes bandits' attacks in communities to intelligence gathering failure. Sokoto government confirms resignation of 13 cabinet members. DRC's state of emergency in North Kivu, Ituri comes under scrutiny amid rising attacks. Hello and welcome to Trust TV News Update. I'm Zainab Bala. Hello and welcome. Now, an instructor with the Nigerian Army Battalion in Gaidam, Yobe State, Lance Corporal Jibril, has committed suicide. He took his life after he was arrested for allegedly conniving with Boko Haram insurgents who attacked Yobe communities recently. Jibril, who disappeared from his duty post a few days ago, was said to have been sighted among the Boko Haram terrorists that attacked Gaidam town last week. Military sources said the soldier was tracked by Army Intelligence Unit and was found in Gashua, some 100 kilometers from his duty post on Tuesday. When contacted, Army spokesman headquarters of Sector 2 Operation Hatinkai Damaturu, Lieutenant Kennedy Anyewal, confirmed the incident. FCT Minister of State Ramata Tijani Aliyu has blamed the recent bandits' attacks in some communities in the territory and failure of intelligence gathering. The minister spoke at the 6th security meeting with area council chairman, traditional rulers and other stakeholders in the territory, advised that security agencies should not wait until attacks were launched on residents before embarking on missions. A statement by her spokesperson, Austin Elemwe, quoted the ministers calling on the traditional rulers and other stakeholders to evolve new methods of tackling insecurity in the nation's capital. She said the directive became imperative in view of pockets of reported kidnapping cases and the forthcoming settler, stressing that there was the need to re-strategize and strengthen areas of needs. The minister further said the FCTA was doing everything possible in ensuring that jobs were created for the teeming youth and women in rural communities across the 6 area councils. The Nigerian Senate has passed a bill seeking to amend the Terrorism Prevention Act 2013 and to prohibit the payment of ransom to kidnappers in the country. The passage of the bill followed the consideration of a report by the Committee on Judiciary, Human Rights and Legal Matters.
The chairman, Senate Committee on Judiciary, Human Rights and Legal Matters, Opeyemi Bamidele, in his presentation, said the bill seeks to outlaw the payment of ransom to abductors, kidnappers and terrorists for release of any person who was unwrongfully confined, imprisoned or kidnapped. He assured that the amendment to the Terrorist Act will set standards and regulatory systems intended to prevent terrorist groups from laundering money through the banking system and other financial networks.
The need to comprehensively review the Terrorism Prevention Act arose from the unfavorable ratings of Financial Act Task Force recommendations of Nigeria's Mutual Evaluation Report and consequent placement of Nigeria in FACT's international cooperation and review group process with its impending sanctions on Nigeria's economy.
The Senate President Ahmed Lawa, in his remarks after the bill was passed, said the bill, when signed into law, will complement the federal government's effort in the fight against insecurity.
A bill for an act to amend the Terrorism Prevention Act 2013 and for other matters connected thereto 2022 had been taken, and the bill is passed. Well, congratulations to the Senate for passing this very, very important bill on terrorism. And it is our belief here in the Senate that this bill, by the time signed into an act by Mr. President, will enhance the efforts of this government in the fight against terrorism, kidnapping, and other associated and related vices.
The bill was passed by the chamber after it scaled through third reading on the floor. In the meantime, the Senate has adjourned plenary till 10th of May for the Eid al-Fitr Salah holiday.
Elsewhere, at least 113 cattle were rustled and 2 herders injured during a renewed attack around Kbara village in Tahu ward of Bassa local government area of Plateau State. Chairman of Gan Allah Fulani Development Association of Nigeria in Bassa local government, Abubakar Abdullahi Buba, said 6 cattle were also shot dead by the rustlers. Spokesperson of Operation Safe Haven, a multi-security task force maintaining peace in the state, confirmed the incident, explained that Sector 3 of Operation Safe Haven has contacted the 2 groups and some cows have been recovered while amicable settlement is ongoing. He urged them not to take the law into their hands as efforts are on to arrest the perpetrators. Gombe State Government has raised alarm over security threats in Wawazangi Grazing Reserve located in Duku local government area of the state. The State Governor Yahaya Inua raised the alarm when he hosted officials of the Institute for Security Studies at the Gombe State Government House. Ibrahim Ismail reports.
Officials of the Institute for Security Studies in company of participants of Executive Intelligence Management EIM Course 15 were in Gombe for research purpose. Governor Inuwahaya used the opportunity to speak on security situation of Gombe State and called for strengthened effort to maintain its peaceful status in the northeast region.
As far as our issue of our is concerned, I've mentioned in my own speech that there doesn't seem to be proper implementation and coordination, and the state cannot go it alone. We cannot prevent people from coming in, especially SDS can bear witness that the movements of those that have been pressed hard now in the northwest is becoming noticeable, and if care is not taken, it may turn to another semester because it's so big, so vast.
The Institute for Security Studies team said the research theme for the Executive Intelligence Management Course 15 is the global climate challenge, prospects and priorities for economic development and conflict resolution in Africa.
So in that wise, we are also here, sir, to tap on your repertoire of knowledge and encourage you to interact with us freely on this theme with a view to enriching our research findings. Therefore, permit me, ladies and gentlemen, the honor and kindly join me too in inviting His Excellency to deliver a paper and interact with the team.
Speaking earlier, the Director, State Security Services, Gombe State Command, appreciate the state government's effort in strengthening security.
Through your effort and your desire to have a peaceful state, Gombe is #1 as far as security is concerned in the northeast of the country.
Wawazangi Grazing Reserve is a 144,000 hectares of land located in Gombe North, bordering Bauchi State. Security intelligence has raised fears of possible invasion of the forest by terrorists. From Gombe, Ibrahim Ismail reporting for Trust TV.
The Zamfara state government has dethroned 2 emirs and a district head over allegations of aiding the activities of bandits terrorizing communities in the state. Those affected by the government's decision include the emir of Zurmi Abubakar Atiku, emir of Ansado Hussein Umar, as well as Suleiman Ibrahim, who used to be the district head of Birnin Zaba. The State Commissioner for Information, Ibrahim Dosara, made the announcement on Wednesday while briefing reporters at the end of the State Executive Council meeting in Gusau, the state capital. According to the Commissioner, the government has also ordered that all land titles issued by the affected traditional leaders be revoked.
2022 to deliberate on a white paper presented to the Council on the outcome of investigations by 2 committees set up by government sometimes in June-July 2021 on the alleged involvement of some traditional rulers in the activities of bandits in the state, particularly within their domains. These 3 traditional rulers are the Emir of Zurmi, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, and that of Dansadau, Alhaji Husseini Umar. Then the district head of Birnin Saba, Alhaji Suleiman Ibrahim Nanyagi.
Governor Aminu Waziri Tambol of Sokoto State has accepted the resignation of 13 key portfolio holders in his administration. The Secretary to the State Government, Saeed Umar, and the Chief of Staff, Mukhtar Umar Magori, have both tendered their resignations, while 11 commissioners have also indicated their desire to quit the Sokoto State Cabinet. The commissioners are resigning their appointments to contest for various elective offices. A press statement signed by Mukhtar Umar Magori, Special Advisor, Media and Publicity to the Governor, confirmed the resignations. Governor Tambol is also aspiring for an elective position as President of Nigeria. Moving on, Bayelsa State Government has threatened to sanction government appointees who criticize or oppose former President Goodluck Jonathan's rumored bid to run for 2023 presidential election under the platform of the All Progressive Congress, the APC. The State Commissioner for Information, Orientation and Strategy, Ayi Baina Duba, in a statement on Thursday, condemning Governor Doye Diri's Chief Press Secretary Daniel Alabra's social media post opposing former president's ambition, warned that the state government will not hesitate to take drastic action against any appointee who throws caution into the wind, fails to respect his office and conducts himself in a manner that may put the governor in disrepute. It has not yet been ascertained if Governor Diri may likely join the former president in APC if the latter eventually declare for 2023 presidential race and decamp to the party. You're watching Trust TV News Update coming up. Preparations in full gear ahead of Salah celebration. Stay with us. Welcome back. If you are just joining us, this is Trust TV News Update, our top stories. Soldier working with Boko Haram fighters commits suicide in Yobe. FCT Minister attributes bandits' attacks in communities to intelligence gathering failure. Gombe State says it has recorded 6 deaths from Lassa fever outbreak in Kaltungo local government area. Coordinator of Primary Healthcare Centers in Kaltungo, Comfort Alami, said the outbreak was confirmed on April 11th and occurred at an Almajiri school in Dogon Rua Ward. Speaking during an advocacy visit to the palace of the Mai Kaltungo, Salah Muhammad, she explained that the new outbreak was discovered when 5 students of the Almajiri school became ill and were taken to a hospital. The 5 suspected cases were confirmed dead, while their teacher later fell ill and was confirmed to be Lassa fever. He also died that same day. She further said that her team had embarked on sensitization in the community while tracing suspected cases and those who came in contact with the confirmed cases in the community and its environs. As Muslims prepare to mark yet another Eid al-Fitr celebration, residents in Kano are lamenting the high cost of food items and other essential commodities. Trust TV's Idris Jabil reports that despite the current economic challenges, businesses in Kano are still booming, with many people from different parts of the country tripping in for Salah shopping. The report.
Ramadan fast has come to an end and Salah celebration is here again. Abdurazak Ahmad and many other Muslims in Kano have been looking forward to this moment. But this year, the cost of livelihood has been high, and more bad news may await, as market price of various products is crashing. I bought textile materials 3 weeks ago, and I'm here now to buy again. Honestly, the price, it's too high compared to how I bought them last year. We are in the market to buy clothes in one hand, and on the other hand, we are dealing with the high cost of food items, which is why even if you get the money, it will not have value. Although businesses are booming across many parts of Kano, but rising price of food items and other essential commodities needed for the festivities remains a threat to many residents.
We can only ask God to help us because items that were sold at 1,000 naira have increased to 3,000 naira. Shoes that we once bought for our children at 600 naira now go for 2,000 naira. Lace of 3,000 is now 10,000 naira. So the whole thing is just unbearable.
Often referred to as the rendezvous of business and businessmen, Kano has for centuries remained the Nigerian center of commerce and a trade hub for many West African countries where millions of people troops in to trade, especially by this time of the year. Well, people are coming out to buy, but I must tell you that the price is not favorable for both the sellers and the buyers. We are just hoping that government workers will get paid so that they can come out. Despite this, the famous Doano Grains Market, the largest Abubakar Remi market in Sabongari, the popular contemporary textile market, among others, all tells a story of how Kano people are preparing for this year's Eid al-Fitr celebrations. Idris Jubrin, Trust TV News, Kano.
Federation of Muslim Women Association of Nigeria, Form 1, has charged women not to encourage street begging by their children as it is against the teachings of Islam. National Amirat of the association, Rafiat Sani, gave the charge during this year's annual Ramadan Tafsir organized for women in Lafia, the Nasara state capital. Abubakar Abdullahi files in the report.
National Amira of the Federation of Muslim Women, Hajia Rafiat Sani, represented by the association's National Assistant Secretary, Zainab Ahmed, said it was pertinent for Muslim women to help address the issue of street begging by not allowing their wards to take to it.
The women are the primary, the foundation of every family. So like this year, we talked about the issue of al-majiranci and trying to make them realize that al-majiranci is not and should not be equated with begging. Islam across begging in whatever form, except for certain instances where you are allowed to beg for that period of want.
Rafiat Sani explained that the one-month Ramadan Tafsir is holding across the Federation to, among other things, inculcate in women the virtues of Islam and urge them to imbibe idea of child spacing. On her part, Nasarawa State Amira of Form 1, Habiba Sani Abdullahi, noted that the organization is aimed at training and reminding women of their roles in the families, the importance of Ramadan, as well as assist them with food and materials. Also speaking, the association's chairperson on humanitarian service, Hajia Halima Sanusi, said the donation of food items was born out of the desire to make life less difficult for women.
Reminding them on their role as mothers and their role as regard to the teachings of Islam.
The occasion featured presentation of food items to the women in attendance.
And in business, the Federation Accounts Allocation Committee recently disclosed that it has shared a total of 725.5 billion as Federation account revenue for March 2022 to the federal government, states and local government areas. The 725.571 billion total distributable revenue comprised distributable statutory revenue of 521.169 billion and the distributable value added tax revenue of 204.402 billion. According to FAAC, the federal government received 277.104 billion. The state government received 227.201 billion and the local government councils received 167.910 billion. The state of emergency imposed in the Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo has come under scrutiny and debate. It comes as more than 2,500 civilians have been reportedly killed in 2 eastern provinces under siege, nearly double the number killed a year earlier. Prime Minister Jean-Michel Sama-Lukonde, in an interview on Tuesday, said the state of siege and the army's operations have made it possible to reduce the area of action of the negative forces. While elected officials are angry and the measure is increasingly being debated. Lukonde told RFI on Tuesday the authorities are considering a reclassification of the zone where the measure will be maintained, given that the abuses are taking place in specific areas. Now, before we go, here is a kicker. Graduates Anesu Mapisa and Emmanuel Marue saw that farming was taking off and they didn't want to pursue regular employment. So they bootstrapped a drone business and are now providing both commercial and smallholder farmers with services that save them money. Look.
We want to become a hub of all agricultural solutions, starting from the production side, the field, the distribution of food until we reach the market. So we want to cut across all the value chain of agriculture by bringing in technology.
We've been in it for about 3 years now. What we've noticed is that we've managed to assist farmers to apply chemicals in a more efficient manner and a safer manner as well. I believe this is where the world is going. Technology is there to assist us, in our farming operations.
I've heard about Takudzwa drone by one of the farmers on our group. I contacted Takudzwa probably 2 months ago, just when we started planting. If this works out halfway, not even completely, I will be calling them all the time for my spraying.
Just give it a chance, even on a trial basis, see how it affects your farming operations, your yields, and your costs as well. That's what I would just want to encourage farmers really to start looking at implementing this technology in their operations.
Well, that's it on News Updates. Do not forget to follow us across all our social media platforms. I'm Zainab Bala. Thanks for your time and company.